Hello students, in this video we are looking after the various types of for finding out or various methods that are used for finding out the average rainfall for the given basin. See, if one of the set and the 5 to 6 rain gauges are installed in a particular basin area or in particular catchment area, then we have to calculate a average rainfall for the given catchment area or for the basin. So here we have a three method: arithmetic average method, Thyssen polygon method, and isohedral method. So depending upon a various situation, different condition, these methods are variably used. So in this video, we are going to study these methods one by one. See, in order to compute the average rainfall over a basin or catchment area, the rainfall is measured at number of rain gauge stations suitably located in the area. The network density of rain gauge or a rain gauge network depends upon the uses for which rainfall data is intended. A network should be so planned as to have a representative picture of the areal distribution of rainfall. There should be no concentration of gauges in heavy rainfall areas at the expense of dry areas or vice versa. So if a basin or catchment area contains more than one rain gauge station, the computation of average precipitation may be done by using the following methods. Following methods are used for finding out the average rainfall data. So very first method is average arithmetic method. So when the rainfall is if we are considering that the rainfall is distributed uniformly on its areal pattern, then we can use the simplest method, arithmetic average method. So here simply we can take the summation of all the precipitation that can be find out from the various rain gauge station divided by the number of a rain gauge station. This will give you the average value of a rainfall. So it consists of averaging of all amounts that have been recorded at various stations in particular basin, and this is suitable when the stations uniformly distributed over the area. Rainfall rate does not differ much as a various stations, so it is considered that it is uniformly distributed. So depends upon the areal pattern, it is uniformly distributed. Then and then only this method is useful. So this is the very simplest method. Next method is the Thyssen polygon method. So this arithmetic average method is approximate when the rainfall varies. Rainfall is uniformly distributed, but rainfall varies from place to place with the duration and with its intensity. So rainfall recorded by each rain gauge station, it should be weighed according to the area it is assumed to be represent. So rainfall intensity and the duration is not constant from place to place. So if these conditions occur, then we have to weigh the rain gauge station. We have to weigh the recorded rainfall data of the rain gauge station with according to the area. So for this we have a Thyssen polygon method. See, in this method we have to first of all join the rain gauge station by the straight lines. Then we have to draw the perpendicular bisectors from the each rain gauge station. Then the Thyssen network is constructed. The polygons formed by the perpendicular bisectors around a station encloses an area which is everywhere closer to that station. So, by multiplying this area with the precipitation value of each station, the average value of a precipitation will be found out for the particular catchment area, and that will be found out by using the equation P average is equal to area that is enclosed into the polygon, Thyssen polygon, multiply the precipitation of that rain gauge station plus area of a second rain gauge station multiply by precipitation of a second rain gauge station. Likewise, P n into area of n station divided by the summation of area. As this method depends upon the weightage of rainfall with respect to the area, hence we are here dividing by the summation of area, and finally we will get the value of P average. See, here we had already discussed. Here I had already wrote down that point also. Rain gauge observation fail according to the area. But there are some limitations also. Whenever if we add if like in a rain gauge network we had found out the optimum number of rain gauge stations, after analyzing or after some period, after some time, if the rain gauge station is added or deleted, then we have to require the new Thyssen diagram for the each action. If we add the rain gauge station, we have to draw the new Thyssen diagram. If we delete the rain gauge station, we have to draw the new Thyssen diagram. So there is a limitation. So no account is taken of a orographic feature of a catchment area. If there is a hill, if there is a mountain, if there is any orographic barrier is there in the catchment area, this barrier will not taken into consideration. And this method does not consider any other topographic and geological barriers. So these are some defects and these are some limitations. So to overcome these defects, we have next method is a isohedral method. So it is the Thyssen polygon method is limited up to, or it is assumed in this method we are assuming that the area best area represent which is close to the rain gauge station, and that area will be taken and that area value will be taken for the finding out the average rainfall in the Thyssen polygon method. But this may not always be valid, uh, especially when the rainfall is controlled by the topography and yes, topographic barrier. So for this, the isohedral method is most accurate in such a condition. So what is the iso heights? Basically, the line which is joining the equal rainfall is known as a iso height, and the map which is showing this contours of equal rainfall is known as a isohedral map. So this isohedral map showing the contours of equal rainfall which represents the more accurate picture of a rainfall distribution over the basin. So here we can find out the average precipitation by using this equation. P average it is equal to summation of area multiplied by P1 plus P2. That means we have to take the average of precipitation of a particular uh, area and multiply by summation of a area. That will give you the average of a precipitation by using the isohedral method. Like a contouring, in contouring we are joining the line of equal RL. So that will represent the characteristic of a ground level. Here also when we join the equal rainfall intensity, it shows us a map by referring that map, by calculating the area by using the planimeter, etc. Then we have the precipitation data with us. So by taking the average of this precipitation and by multiplying this summation of a area, we will get the average precipitation value. Thanks for watching this video.